Okay, here's an example of using our four new trig functions. So if the sine of x equals 1/4, and we know the cosine is greater than 0, which means it's positive, we want to find the tangent, the cotangent, the secant, and the cosecant. Well, the first thing you have to do is find the cosine. And you'll recall the Pythagorean identity that said the sine squared of x plus the cosine squared of x equals 1. I'll move through this quickly because we've already done this before. Well, the sine of x is 1/4, so we're going to square that, plus the cosine squared of x equals 1. And I've done this before, and you can work that out. So jumping right to the end, the cosine of x, you just need the positive one, and you're going to find it's the square root of 15 over 4. So now let's first find the tangent. So the tangent of x is defined as the sine of x over the cosine of x. So we know both those things, let's just fill that in. So the sine of x is 1/4, the cosine is square root 15 over 1/4, and we already know how to divide fractions, so that's 1/4 times 4 over the square root of 15, and that becomes 1 over the square root of 15, but you have to rationalize the denominator, so multiply the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 15, and you're going to get the square root of 15 over 15. And just put a little box around that. There's our tangent. So let's change colors here a minute. Now let's find our cotangent. So the cotangent of x, well, that's the cosine of x over the sine of x, and it's also the reciprocal of the tangent. You can use either one. And we know the cosine is the square root of 15 over 4, and the sine is 1/4. So let's go ahead and divide those fractions. Square root of 15 over 4 times 4 over 1 is going to give me the square root of 15 over 1, which is just the square root of 15. Alright, so there's our cotangent. Let's change colors again. And now let's find the secant. So the secant of x, you'll recall, is 1 over the cosine of x. So 1 over, let's see, the cosine is the square root of 15 over 4. So that's 1 over 1 times the reciprocal, which is 4 over the square root of 15. Let's move to the right here a little bit. I'm running out of room. So that becomes 4 over the square root of 15. Rationalize the denominator by multiplying by square root of 15 over square root of 15, and that becomes 4 times the square root of 15 all over 15. So there's our secant. And now the last one we have to find is our cosecant. Let's see if we get one here. So the cosecant of x is 1 over the sine of x. Just work to the right on this one. So it's 1 over, let's see, the sine of x is 1/4, so that's going to be 1 over 1 times 4 over 1, which when you multiply out is 4 over 1, which reduces to 4. So the secant is 4. So there's the example of finding all 5 trig functions, actually finding 4 of the 4 additional trig functions if you know sine or cosine, and a little refresher of the Pythagorean identity.